welcome back to Milk Outside a Bag of Milk, Outside a Bag of Milk. Is it indie horror? A psychedelic, pixel graphics, visual novel, and a sequel to the Milk Inside a Bag of Milk, Inside a Bag of Milk. Where you dive into a demented and bizarre world once again and help the girl become a little happier. But yeah, well, where we left off? Searching the room for fireflies and whatnot. This is my sleeping bag. It's soft and warm. I'm sure that no living creature would be able to resist the temptation to spend a minute or two inside. My problem with sleeping bags is I am way too warm in real life. I'm a mobile furnace, and just by being in a sleeping bag for like 2 minutes, I'll overheat. I'll completely overheat, and I'll just become too sweaty. I hate it. They'd want to dig deep into it with a couple of favorite items. Close their eyes and then... Hey, did you fall asleep? Nah. I gently slap my cheeks to return myself to my senses. It's already way past midnight. Usually I'd be sleeping like a log at this time, but right now I can't. Let's continue searching. Maybe we'll find something inside. Nah, my thoughts don't have a feature of putting to sleep. Quite the contrary, they always cause insomnia, just like tonight. What? I said searching here is meaningless. I look at my laptop. I haven't touched it for years, so it's covered with a layer of dust as thick as my finger. A bizarre item, I fear it. Why? It's a long and boring story. Wonderful, tell me about it. I insist. I don't remember how it appeared in my room. One of my parents probably brought it here because they couldn't find a better place for it. They didn't prohibit me from using it. On the other hand, they encouraged me to do so. Sure, I've spent my whole days in front of the screen. Games, drawing, engineering, calculator, 3D modeling. So much fun stuff to do. You had amusing hobbies. Yeah, I did, before entering the web. Imagine this, you're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for comfortable living. Did you imagine? As always, your analogies are spot on. Okay, I imagined. Alright, so you're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for comfortable living, okay? Okay. Wonderful. And here's the situation. You're a hamster that lives... Okay, I got it. Do you want to talk about something else? Yeah. You'll end up returning to that subject anyway. On one wonderful day, someone digs you up from your hamster's house and brings you to the pet store. Now your new home is a cage. It's way more comfortable and warm compared to the underground. And the most important part, you have a lot of neighbors here. Their cages are identical to yours, and the other hamsters look identical to you too. That means you're all the same. Apart from the fact that they were born out of that shop. You'll ask what does that indicate, and I'll tell you nothing at all. I forgot what I was talking about. Probably something about conformity. Or... conformity? Similarityness? Familiarity? Probably some kind of security through familiarity. Or conformity of physique, looks, identity. Let's start over. This time try to avoid stupid hamster analogies. Or at least call them hamster, okay? Hamster? No S, just hamster. You know, I'm not at fault here. So... I had a lot of friends online, tens of hundreds of them. Impossible to count. Is it impossible, though? I had exactly 317 of them. Although I guess nobody counts the exact number of hamsters when they walk into a pet shop. Don't get distracted. Oh, right. From my 317 friends, 68 were into gaming just like me. 130 of them like drawing just like me. The remaining 119 were into calculators and 3D modeling equally. And when I say equally, I don't mean 59 and a half friends on each side. Alright? You can split numbers evenly, no problem, but math doesn't work like that when it comes to friends. A major conundrum, right? Get to the point. I knew, of course, that no real people exist on the web. I also understood that all my friends die the moment I turn off my laptop. But I still wasn't even a bit worried. Why? Do you know what computer programs consist of? It's just a combination of numbers. Which means my friends are also numbers, isn't that amusing? Not really. Why do you call them your friends? I mean, everyone who shares my interest is my friend, and I don't care whether they know about my existence or not. Anyways, as I was saying, every program has its own algorithm and purpose, its mathematical formula. And if you solve that formula, you'll be able to predict the program's behavior at any moment. The longer you speak, the less I follow. You don't need to follow me around, just listen. I sit on the floor and the laptop screen ends up right in front of me. The only thing reflected in it is my dim face. A web person is just a random picture and a random string of letters. Words and actions from the web person are just executable code. Hey, let me know if you need a break. One day someone appeared from that point on my laptop, One day someone appeared. From that point on, my laptop was always on. There are no real people on the web, but he was good at pretending. At some moment, I let him trick me. Hey, look. Huh? Suddenly, a firefly slowly crawls out of the laptop's vent grill. I reach for it. It gets on top of my palm, blinking all the while. I think it's trying to say something. I can see that myself, if only I knew what. It looks like a cipher. Don't you want to crack it? I changed my mind. I have absolutely no desire to find out what it wants to say. The firefly stops glowing for a moment after that. Then it starts glowing again as if coming back to its senses. For some time it thinks about the further course of actions, then flies up and dashes into my ear. Let's continue searching. And what about your story? You must be mad at me for interrupting you. I'm sorry. If you do everything right, I'll finish my story, maybe. Do you promise? I promise. And if you forget? Then remind me with a code word, for example. What code word? I'll think of one later. And for now, let's keep searching for my fireflies. So let's see, I got an achievement. Please forget it because I won't. An achievement, my very first one. All the achievements are hidden. Please forget it for I won't. It's like in the middle of rarity. Apparently, most people had already gotten their first death. 80% of all players have gotten their first death, and I haven't yet. Well, I guess I'm doing something right. Your usual notebook pages glued to the wall with duct tape. Numbers are drawn on them. It's the only kind of information I can take in without trouble. Dosage and side effects. Yeah. I thought you know them by heart. Yeah. This is not your handwriting, isn't it? Of course it's not. Shaky, broken lines, ugly numbers. It's not writing, it's more like claw marks. A physician's. Or doctors, or PhD persons. They're always chicken scratch. Don't forget to thank your mom. I don't need your advice. My scream makes the pages rustle restlessly. After a moment, a firefly appears from underneath one of them. After looking around in a business-like manner, it takes off into a business-like flight and ends up entering my business-like ear. Hey, let's continue searching. What about this? Probably shouldn't click it, but hey, let's do it. Or I can't for now. I tilt my head backwards and almost fall over. The closet is hanging under the ceiling, at least 300 feet off the floor. Are you joking? Even though it's my room, not everything here is for me to use. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care at all. Like, totally, and I'm definitely not worried. Not even the littlest bit. Not even a smidgen of the littlest bit. Not even for 1,000th of a percent. That's how much I don't care. Hey, I'm not even done telling you how much I don't care. From this moment on, I'm ignoring you. Oh, no, you don't. Then act normal. Right, insects enjoy pollinating the flowers and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess. I get close to the flower shelf, I sniff around the leaves. I sniff around. The leaves smell of dust and cardboard and death. You know, those plants are long dead, right? I'm not sure a dead plant will be able to attract any insects. Well, we kinda don't have a choice here, you know? Still, you're right. Let's continue searching. Why don't you just throw them out? Weren't you listening to me at all? The radio, probably. Fan. There's so many things to click. Hee hee. What's funny about that? I imagine myself being a firefly that is looking straight at a giant fan. And I'd be so jealous. The only thing preventing it from flying is a cage it's locked in and the cable. It's like an inmate if you think about it. At least it's not a hamster, again. It's so sad. Yeah, let's continue searching. There's so many things to click. I turn my eyes toward an inconspicuous shelf near the mirror. There's a glass with a toothbrush sitting on it and a small towels hanging nearby. What a wonderful sight. My fireflies are smart and good. They would never get in there. They know about personal hygiene. Okay, let's look somewhere else. I look at the mound of pills and it makes me feel dizzy. I don't want to think about it. I don't. What's wrong? I've almost skipped my dose for today. How reckless I could have died. Calm down, you're already fixed. You've already fixed that. You'll ultimately die anyway, so why worry? Oh, you're right. I heave a deep sigh, come closer, and extend my hand. Wow, it's warm. The moment those words leave my lips, one of the bottles overturns. Pills rain down from it, and along with them, a firefly, hooray! After circling above my head a couple of times, it finally lands in my palm. The firefly rushes up my arm, and upon reaching my shoulder, crawls straight into my ear. My mind becomes a little bit clearer. Finish searching, no. It's not easy to get out here. Hee hee. Are you serious? What's wrong? Just think about it. Why would fireflies be attracted to light? I think they're quite self-sufficient already in that regard. Well, only if they'd purposefully want to lower their self-esteem. I look up toward a very high place under my ceiling. I can hear a countless number of small legs marching inside the AC unit. Oh, well. What happened? Fireflies can't be friends with cockroaches. We'd better look somewhere else. Why would cockroaches be there? Have you forgotten? You were the one who told me to think of my thoughts as cockroaches. Yes, but they became fireflies afterwards, but cockroaches don't disappear just like that. So they occupied this place. Do you understand now? I'll pretend I do. And what are those? Ah, those. Those are the photos of my best memories. But they're empty. I stared at them so intensely that I burned them with my eyes. Now they're just covering the cracks in the walls. Cracks? Forget it. Are we continuing the search or what? Okay, we are. Yeah, backpack. I look down. My school bag, worn down and silly, is almost screaming of its own uselessness. From another angle, it looks like a full belly. Its contents are also regurgitating, decomposing, and turning into a sticky, mushy substance. What a cool image. I need to remember this. Totally not cool, senseless and cruel. You're there, but I don't care. Is it me you're laughing at? What, I'd never. After all, you're not my pet. Hee hee. Is that the kink they're into? I'm not going along with this nonsense anymore, got it? Got it. Hey, it wasn't on purpose this time. Tell me what's inside your bag instead. Nothing special, mostly just all sorts of books. I've taken out all the pens and notebooks out of there, and I'm not interested in anything else. You used to go to school, didn't you? Yeah, I did. I had a blast all the way. Are you sure you understood my question? Do you think everything in my life should be doom and gloom? Well, you're wrong. Alright, what did you like the most there? Well, the rooms were really bright and not like at home. That's it. Don't rush me, let me remember. The beds were also soft and the food was nice. By the way, I attended all the classes, the others always skipped. They probably got told off so hard. I smiled gently, absorbed in warm memories. You never graduated, though. Yeah. Do you remember your last day there? It was a normal day. Dad picked me up earlier than usual. He told me that I'm already too old for school curriculum. I also realized that some time ago the tests were way too easy. Then we got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there, and we had dinner and went to our rooms. I guess that day has absolutely no special meaning for you. Like I told you, it was just a normal day. Tell me about it again. Is your memory that bad? Please. Oh, fine. That day, Dad picked me up from school earlier, explaining to me that I need to grow up. It's not like I could completely grasp what he meant. Either way, I didn't resist. We got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner together and went to our separate rooms. Satisfied? Tell me about it again. Dad dragged me out of the school building while I was scratching and biting. The teachers didn't interfere. That scene was ordinary for them. Who knows what the little brat would have done. Then he pushed me into the car and we drove home in a complete silence. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner together and went to our separate rooms. Please, let's not discuss this further. No, you'll tell me again. Dad bought milk on our way home. Again. I hate milk so much. Mom was not home. Again. I hate Mom so much. What happened next? Suddenly I feel someone's eyes on my back, knowing that these moments should never ever be ignored. I turn around, but there's nothing there. What happened next? Everything that happened next happened after something that led to everything that happened after what had happened. Oh, got another achievement. Nice. I got the "You're annoying." Try figuring this one out. Getting all the achievements is a good thing. I look at my bag again, light pouring into the room. Through the windows glint on the metal parts, and there's also a shadow underneath it, which means it's real, sadly. Whatever, I don't care anyway. I almost end up kicking the bag in a fit of a sudden anger, but I manage to stop myself in the nick of time. If I move it even an inch, the whole picture will collapse and I'll go blind. It has already happened countless times. What do you mean you'll go blind? I spent months memorizing the location of every item in my room. That's why I can see them so clearly and vividly. You won't get it. Look at your feet. I look down and see that a small insect is crawling toward me from my bag. It's barely glowing, and it can't fly. I guess this firefly is really tired. I bend down to pick it up. The firefly starts glowing brightly as soon as I touch it, and then flies up. There you go, boy. Good job. After doing a victory lap around the room, it flies toward me with high speed. I shut my eyes, anticipating the firefly to enter my ear. That's exactly what happens. After it gets inside, it buzzes for a little while, and then goes silent. This one is kind of sad. I wonder why. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it's no longer alone. Sure, let's continue searching. This is my sketchbook. Half of its page are blank, which means it'll still be good for a couple of years. You draw that rarely? Why? Isn't that obvious? If I run out of pages, I'll have to buy a new sketchbook. I can't get to the stationery store on foot. I'll have to take the bus. Do you even realize what kind of nightmare that can turn into? I can see the sequel already happening. No. I get, what would it be called? Let's see. Milk inside and milk outside? What would a third game possibly be titled? Let me think. Maybe Milk Between a Bag of Milk. Maybe. Between. There's the only thing I can come up with that doesn't sound stupid. But anyways. Maybe you can ask your mom to buy you one. Buy what? Ask whom? Can you even form coherent sentences? Don't play dumb. Ask your mom to buy you a notebook instead. Supposedly the mom ran away or something. The mom went out to buy a bag of milk and never came home, perhaps. Instead, so you want me to perform a string of actions, but you're also telling me to do one instead of another. Then how would I decide which action to take? You're so dyslexic. Man, you're a tough case. You lack empathy. Is that my fault? I get closer to the sketchbook, stepping over the wires, sleeping bag, the cracks in the laminate, and the window's reflection. The sketchbook is lying on the stool. For my height, it seems like the stool is missing 2 legs. I squat and look again. All the legs are in place. Will I be able to think of an interesting allegory? Now let's not go there, okay? I stand up and study the sketchbook from inches away. Its pages are pure white. The last drawing is buried on the previous page, the way it should be. Too bad. I'd love to see it. Maybe next time. A sudden gust of chilly wind breaks into the room and makes the page rustle. Oh no. I shut my eyes. A distinctive sound of pages turning echoes with headache in my head. I know what's going to happen. The rustling has stopped. Even though the wind is still howling from every direction, it can only mean one thing. The notebook is open on the first page. If I wait a little longer, the wind will close it. I won't have to look if I wait a little longer. If I wait, open your eyes. No. It's okay, just do it. No way, I know you're lying. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Fine. I open my eyes with the utmost caution. The notebook is still open in the middle. No drawings, nothing. The pages are still pure white. Did I imagine it? I don't know, did you? You're the smart one here, you tell me. Next time, don't close your eyes. What did you do? Or what did you... I couldn't finish speaking because the pages started moving again. Don't close your eyes. Don't make me do it, I'm scared. Trust me. The rustling grows louder, the pages lift up. I can almost see the outlines of drawings on previous pages. No way, everything that is in the past should stay in the past. You couldn't convince me, that's it, I'm closing my eyes. Look there. A barely visible light seeps through the pages. With every new gust, it becomes brighter and brighter. A firefly. The wind immediately stops for a moment. The world sinks into perfect silence, but only for a moment. The buzz that has always been haunting me fills the surroundings, but it doesn't matter now. Goodness gracious, little boy, you made me so scared. The firefly blinks, flies up and enters my ear, buzzing loudly all the way. It spends some time looking for the perfect spot in my head, but then its buzzing dies down. Phew. Are you okay? We're running short on time, so let's continue searching. Ending the search early probably would lead to some kind of bad ending. I'd imagine a better ending if we keep doing what we're doing, because we're gathering memories in a way, I guess, of gathering their thoughts by, I don't know, contemplating past, perhaps present, maybe future, who knows. Yeah, garbage. I get close to the waste bin. Ugh. And look inside it with curiosity. Pale packaging, notebook pages, and other garbage. Boring. There's nothing here, indeed. No self-respecting firefly would hide in a heap of garbage. Can't disagree with you here. Alright. The clock. I look at the alarm clock. Time continues its unstoppable flow. It's so late. Are you tired? You bet I am. I let out a theatric yawn and hold out my arms to the sides. 1, 2, then I raise them above my head. 3, 4. Maybe a little workout will help me freshen up. Good idea. Do you remember the exercise you've been taught? I think so. I take a hesitant stance. What was it? Heels together, toes apart? Whatever. I'll go with that. Count down 5 minutes. Fine, you have a clock right in front of you, though. I can't look at its hands for too long. At first I feel like they start moving in the wrong direction, and then they disappear altogether. And then things always get messy. Last time I saw a pair of eyes on the clock's face. And also, I used to hear voices back in the day. They pleaded for help, I think. What a mess, truly a mess. It was a mess, alright? A mess. Are you counting down? My god, finally. What do you mean? I was trying to get through to you for half an hour. Huh? Forget it. Do you see the firefly? No? Let's continue searching then. The umbrella emanates a faint sense of coolness. No wonder it's the only thing that defends me against the thunderous clouds that gather under my ceiling. It's such a blessing that it can do that, or do it, without my help. Still, a firefly won't hide in a place like that. It will catch a cold and be unable to fly. You don't want to check it. Why, I'm sure we won't find anything there. Alright, well, I doubt it. All the compartments are locked. What if? I don't even want to think about what's inside. Who knows what I'll end up imagining. Weird. Radios are different. Is that it? I feel like I've clicked everything, but I could be wrong. Let's wiggle the mouse around and see if anything pops up. I guess I did everything. The only thing that's off is this, but it makes me think like if I found everything, then that would be accessible. But I swear oh. Do the radios mean anything? Why are there 3 radios too, by the way? I'm gonna assume this is part of the OST that'll inevitably come out. Sounds like a metal cow dying, or cybernetic cow dying. Well, I guess. I'll double check one more time. I guess I got everything. You found all the fireflies. Amazing. I guess. I managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. On the other hand, I wasn't supposed to be happy anyway. Why not? If I lose something and then find it, it's just going back to the starting point. No changes at all. A zero sum. And happiness is always about being positive, right? Oh, that's a tough thing to say, really. Always being positive is impossible. You shouldn't think too much, it hurts you. I want to sleep. How about you get some fresh air before sleeping? What do you mean? Well, go to the balcony and breathe in some air. Somehow those words triggered a panic attack in me. I subconsciously step away from the balcony. I don't think it's a good idea. Why? This may sound silly, but I feel like someone is watching me. There's no way somebody cares about you that much. That'd be being mean, but at this point, since I've been surviving and actually making potentially the right choices all along, thinking I've been just being mean might have been the push that they need to, you know, not die, or me to not die. So I'll just go along with it. Let's stay here. Yeah. What are you going to do? What's with this silly question? I'm going to sleep, of course. Hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year or a decade. Imagining myself to be outside of my mortal shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous, like milk outside of a bag of milk, and yet, you don't have to talk out loud for me to understand that you're worried about me. I know that already. I also know that our time is running short. You won't take another pill. Of course not. In fact, I won't take it tomorrow either. And the day after tomorrow. And never ever. That's a goodbye then? No. I have one more small favor to ask. A really, really small one. What is it? I blurted out way too much today. A lot of stuff I'd want to forget forever. I don't blame you, but was it really necessary? You'll see tomorrow. No, I wouldn't be able to sleep like this. Fine, what's the favor? I nervously scratch my wrists and bite on my lower lip. That's kind of cute. I don't know why, but characters are people that have this kind of like, you know, sickly expression I find cute. I don't know. Am I the only one who finds like the character's design cute? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Wait a minute, you're afraid to tell me? Yes. It's like Silent Hill, like, you know, he had like Heather Mason, like the Silent Hill characters of old where they all looked dehydrated kind of look. Sickly, baggy eyes. Not baggy eyes. I find it cute. I find it interesting. I don't know. I'm also scared that something bad might happen if I tell you. I'm also scared that when something bad happens, something way worse will happen. Stop, I get it already. Still, I won't leave you alone until you tell me. Bully. No, you. Do we get a good ending? Or is the game just going to keep going? I have to find a time to stop playing, but if I'm about to beat the game or get an ending, I don't want to stop recording. I crawl into my sleeping bag. The lower part of the room is very cold. I hurry to wrap myself in blankets, even though the electric heater is working hard to keep me warm. I'm sad because the dreams just won't come anymore. You won't believe me if I tell you how I dealt with it at first. Of course I'll believe you. I know it was a joke. Anyway, I washed my face, brushed my teeth, lied down, and started imagining that I'm watching a dream. I didn't sleep at all, of course, and always looked sleepy in the morning. After a week of insomnia, I started feeling weird and seeing things. Letters floating in the air, strange silhouettes that appeared in the most unexpected of places, bulging eyes with trembling pale pupils. It was scary, you know? Then one day I almost died. I just collapsed in the middle of the room and couldn't move for a while, and then a silhouette's letters and eyes were hanging over me and hissing. It was horrible. And well-deserved, I guess. It felt like I was caught on the biggest lie in the world. Yes, it felt exactly like that. After that, I stopped. But the silhouettes, letters, and eyes stayed there, or stayed here. I guess they like this place. They always follow me, or they always follow in my wake, peeping at me, and I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared of them and can't even argue with them. But today, well, still too scared to tell me. Of course, they're still listening, you know. No, wait, use your head? I don't know what I clicked. Use your head or use your hands? I start chaotically twirling my fingers with enthusiasm, forming complex shapes. You want me to tell you a bedtime story? Shh. And I was trying so hard here. Don't you get it? They'll hear you. Relax, nobody can hear you. So what do you say? I'd be happy to, but I have no idea how to tell them. Oh, it's incredibly easy. Just talk about something without stopping. Sounds silly, but it's not. And meaningless. You don't know what you're talking about. I know enough to realize that we'll just end up wasting time. Let's focus on something actually important. Boring. Fine. Close your eyes. Everything is fine. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. It's not... Well, it's not that I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Huh? Oh. You're looking perhaps a little, yeah, different. Is this like a... I'm gonna assume this is like something in the past, or how it felt. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. First day? Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Well, oh. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. The ending to Final Fantasy VIII. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up there, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Become tree roots? Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the other... I'm just gonna... Stop repeating the same dialogue. We'll just pretend I read it. Someone else. It's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be, Well, that's a little different. That's a lot of eyes. How many more mornings are you gonna have? Ah, yes, no head. I don't think we have a face to say that our face is weird. Hey, much better. Good morning. I feel wonderful today. Can't wait for my first day at school. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. No, yeah. Why is this one bad, but a... Was that like her having a dream and she's happy, or she had a bad dream and she woke up unhappy? Milk outside a bag of milk outside a bag of milk. Ah, got an achievement. Good night. I think I literally got... Good night. Oh, I think that's maybe a common ending. Interesting. I didn't get the rarest achievements. There's... let's just say 2 of them right now. Actually, I'm going to say there's 3 endings then. One is everything is fine, the other achievement is I look down, the other one is anyone here there. They're all basically roughly 20% achieved on the Steam achievements. So it's something I'm going to have to do for getting everything is fine ending, I guess, and then getting the other ones. Or finding out, at the very least, how to get them. It's fine enough, because I'm pretty good at memorizing the dialogue choices I've done. And it's pretty simple in my mind, thematically, what I'll have to do to get the other one, which is don't get all the fireflies. It's either the endings are based entirely on the fireflies, and the other dialogue options will be the other achievements and the first death, but maybe the fireflies are the only things that link to the endings. It's a possibility. Special thanks to possible patrons or friends. But yeah, that was definitely one of the endings, though. Everything is fine ending, I guess is what I'd call it. I'm not sure if it's a good ending or a bad ending, though. What if I hit continue? Nope. Oh, continue just doesn't exist. Oh, but that is an ending. That is fine enough. So, part 2, and we got one of the endings. So, all that means is, in the next episode, either we get the second ending, and getting all the dialogue choices of what I haven't read yet, or it means in the next episode I'll try to get the rest of the achievements and the rest of the endings. It all depends on how much dialogue is written in this game, how many lines of writing. It depends entirely on that. But otherwise, an interesting game. I'll have to see how expansive it is for me to, again, talk about whether or not like $10 is worth it. But I mean, $10 for a visual novel is pretty default, so I mean, I wouldn't honestly, reviewer-wise or critic-wise or criticism-wise, I wouldn't shit on the game for being $10 and be like, oh, such a huge price, which detracts from my overall score. I'll just say, yeah, $10 is pretty average. It's to be expected, even if it's $10 for, I don't know, a maximum of 2 hours of gameplay. I mean, it's fine. I can see there's definitely quality, like there's an animation in this game and whatnot, which makes it interesting. It's a lot more, the scope and size of this game is definitely much more complex and more detail-oriented than the first game. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed and look forward to the next episode. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber, hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.